we're back in the studio here with Monte Skelton. We're back, sorry about that. We're here in the studio with Monte Skelton once again, heading to the top of the hour, and we're really appreciative of him being in the studio, taking time away from his busy schedule to come in and hang out in the Hidden Studios. You're also a very sought-after music instructor, and the only reason I know that is because I think at one time you told me you had 65 or 70 students. Talk about for a moment about what that's all about and about dealing with the students.
Well, I love teaching, and that's just one of those things that I've always loved doing since I began private teaching a few years back, and so I always try to have time to teach. And though I'm not teaching as much as I was maybe 2 years ago before I joined Tails and Scales, and before life got kind of crazy with working and everything, I had a whole bunch of students. I still have a pretty good amount of students, and I teach a whole bunch of different instruments. I have flute students, clarinet students, oboe students. I have two bass guitar students.
Do you ever get mixed up?
I do. I have most definitely brought the wrong instrument to the studio before just to teach. But the thing is that we always have fun, and all of my students are wonderful. I love every single one of them, and we always get to do fun stuff, and it's wonderful to see how much they grow over time. And that's one of those things that just really warms my heart.
And who are some of the more, I mean, maybe we don't know who they are, but who are some of the graduates of the Monte Skelton School of Music that you'd like to talk about?
Well, one that immediately comes to mind is a guy who is playing in the USI Jazz Ensemble right now. His name is Rembert Dash.
Rembert, yeah.
And I mentioned him just offhand. I mean, there are a ton of students that I've had, and they're all excellent. But if you ever get a chance to hear him play, it almost brings a tear to my eye every single time I hear him, because he sounds like me, and it's and it's just, I mean, he has a sound, but just to hear him play it's just it's cool and kind of crazy at the same time, because we sound so similar, and he's got such a talent for both classical and jazz music that it's phenomenal.
I remember this has been several years ago when the Fall Festival had you guys play. You had the Skelton's Monterage expanded version. I remember, I think Lauren Hart was playing with you, and Rembert performed with you.
That's right.
Too. Yeah, that was very interesting, and I always remember people just kind of walking by, and they, besides the great music that was coming out, I mean, it looked like Mad Dogs and Englishmen up there on the stage with people there. To finish out the interview, we're going to give you some information about what's going on with Monte and where he's playing, but got one more question, and we're going to end up with some music. With all the different things that have had your musical mark on them, what's your focus now, and where would you like to be maybe in the next 5 years?
My focus now, right now, I have to say that I love what I'm doing, which is really good because I stay so busy. But I'm playing with Tails and Scales, which is just really a dream come true, to get to interact with kids on a daily basis and see them being inspired by music. That's just wonderful. In the evening times, I'm teaching, which has also been one of my passions for a long time. And then at night, I get to perform music and just do whatever I want, which is, so it's like a full day of fun every single day, which it can be exhausting at times, but it really is rewarding to not only see the smiles on the children's faces, but to see the smiles on adults' faces as well, to see them enjoying my music and enjoying what's going on, and seeing the music scene in Evansville grow. It's just phenomenal, because there have been times when it got really low, and thanks to people like Corey, and I want to give a shout out to Wade Holmes, who is who's over in California, if he's listening, for him and for all of the work that all of these guys do, Evansville Nights and all the work that they do. It's really cool to see that, and then I get to be a part of that, which is just incredible.
And down the road?
Down the road, I would love to continue to perform all over the world, hopefully. But for right now, I'm calling Evansville my home, and so as long as I get to play anywhere I want and then come back home and sleep in my bed here in Evansville, then I'm good to go.
That's a dream come true, brother.
I know.
Well, listen, we really like to thank you for coming in, and well, you get ready to take us out of here with some more great music. I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. First of all, we'd like to thank Monte Skelton for coming into the studio this afternoon. We also would like to thank Corey Christie and Kennedy Rose from EvansvilleNights.com, who've been in the studio doing a video stream of this interview and performance. It will be on EvansvilleNights.com here in a couple days, and so just go on there and not only look forward to seeing the video, but also get a lot of great information about what's happening in the entertainment community here in Evansville, Indiana. I want to remind everybody that you can catch Monte Skelton and Friends at the Safari Wine and Martini Bar on the second floor of the Jungle Restaurant on the downtown walkway. That's at 415 Main Street this coming Saturday, the 26th of February at 9 p.m. And really the highlight of this weekend, as far as I'm concerned, is going to be the opening of the Jazz Guest Artist Series for 2011, which will feature Monte Skelton and his quartet. This will be at Wheeler Concert Hall this Sunday, the 27th of February at 4 p.m. And come, please, you'll love it. Not only will Monte be there, but he's going to be backed up by a tremendous group of gentlemen, Mr. John Arn from Nashville, Tennessee, and Tyrone Wheeler and Jonathan Higgins from Louisville, Kentucky. That's going to be the Monte Skelton Quartet, beginning the 2011 Jazz Guest Artist Series this Sunday at Wheeler Concert Hall at 4 p.m. Wheeler Concert Hall is located on the campus of the University of Evansville. So I guess without further ado, Monte,